I just got three things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go from Talladega. Nick Sipple and Garrett Caswell on the front row. Doug Camp, Randy Sample on the second. Harley Barletta and Matt Swope on the third row. Garrett Hummel and Sam Green of the fourth row. AJ Patton and Mike Hill rounding out the top 10. Jessica Childs starting up in 11th next to Chase Hedge in 12th. Robin Stevens in 13th. James Harris starting at 14th. Jacob Watson in 15th. Gary Miller 16th. Nathaniel Dentz in 17th, Joshua McKaylee in 18th, Scott Thompson in 19th, Mike Miller in 20th. Paul Jr. starting in 21st next to Jason Dentz in 22nd, Gary Freeman in 23rd, Jacob Yeaman in 24th, Todd McDuffie in 25th, Kevin Frey starting in 26th, Eli Childs in 27th, William Mann Jr. 28th, Ambrose Neville and Gabriel Griffin round out the 30-car field here at Talladega. Thank you, Tater. I actually asked before the race. And the answer I got was Sipple, so thank you for correcting it. It is Sipple. Or Keipel. All the drivers out on track. .66 miles around this track, 33 degrees of banking in the turns. And always the threat of the big one. The drivers do have one fast repair available for tonight. They will need one fuel stop. They can go about 33 to 35 laps on a tank of fuel. So anytime after lap 25, these guys, in fact, anytime after about lap 20, these guys can hit pit road and go the distance. Thank you, Tater. Sipel. I appreciate it. Nick Sipel out front. Now remember, folks, Talladega start-finish line is not in the center of the tri-oval. It is almost all the way to turn one. Not a big impact here, but it will have a big impact later at the end of the race. In fact, we saw one race this week at Talladega that the leader at the center of the tri-oval did not win the race. Will that be the case again here? Let's find out as they come through the tri-oval into the restart zone. Green flag is in the air. They are down and away at Talladega. Hey, good evening, Ryan. I'm sorry, buddy. Sorry you missed out. Everybody's settling into line. Looked like there might have been some 3 wide coming out of turn 2, but everybody's settling back into 2 wide. A lot of drivers going single file already. Garrett Caswell to the lead here early. The outside line will take a while to build up some speed. And Garrett Caswell will lead lap number 1. A lot of good-looking trucks in the field. In fact, we did see a few painted specifically for tonight's race, including James Harris, the organizer, and seeing a few other special autism paints on the trucks. You gotta hand it to these guys. They all paid to get into the race. No prizes on the line. In fact, what I was told is the biggest prize tonight is them helping the charity. And wow, 3 wide on lap 2. What could possibly go wrong? They settle back into 2 wide for the moment. James Harris did just set the fastest lap of the race last time by, as we've got a couple of trucks peeking to the outside. Looks like everybody is settled down from the... never mind. As soon as I said that, a second truck goes to the high side trying to form an outside line. A lot of bobbling on that bottom line. Nick Seipel out front again. Looks like everybody is settling back into 2 wide. Nope, we've still got 2 on the high side, including J.D. Harris up on the high side, right behind the 29 of William Mann Jr. They've got more help coming up. It's Eli Childs. These 3 drivers together could spell danger for the rest of the field. But it is going to take a bit for those guys to get the momentum built up, and that high line, even that second line that most of the field is in right now, they've got to get some rubber laid down and work together for a few laps. Now the track is hot tonight. Track temperature currently 107, the air temperature only 65. That track temp will come up a bit. That will help the outside line, as we're seeing now. Garrett Caswell leading that outside line with a push from Doug Camp. And that third line is starting to come together. And wow, these guys are getting gutsy here in the early going. To win the race, you got to finish it going 3 wide on lap 5 and 6. That's a gutsy move. A lot of bobbling in that middle line. It could be disastrous for some of this field. Remember, if or when the big one hits, a lot of trucks will get caught up in it. And just to give you an idea of what these guys are dealing with, we're riding on board with Ambrose Neville down on the bottom, down into 1 and 2, and you can see how much these trucks are moving around. That truck just ahead, bobbling. Caution is out for the first time. Looks like an issue back behind. Sam Green involved. The field getting woed up. Let's see if we can see what happened back behind. All right, let's take a look what happened with Sam Green right there at the back. Oh, looks like he comes down across the nose of the 38. Does get a bit of the inside wall, but minimal damage. He will stay in the fight. Got some guys really starting to make some ground up here in the early going. Nathaniel Dent's already up 7 spots into 10th. Gary Freeman up 9 spots into 14th. Kevin Frey at the moment looks like the one of the biggest movers, up 10 spots into 16th, along with Gabriel Griffin. He's up 11 spots into 19th. And a lot of the field has dropped back, and it looks like we have got a lot of guys coming in to top off on fuel. Bit of a surprise here, giving up the track position so early, but a couple of drivers wisely staying out. Paul Jr., Jacob Yeaman, Todd McDuffie, Ambrose Nebel, and Garrett Hummel all stay out, as well as AJ Patton. Top 6 stay on track for the moment. Well, I forgot to ask at the top of the show, so I'm going to ask it now, and I want to hear from all you guys in the comments. What lap will we see the big one? Stevens Motorsport predicting the big one at lap 20. William Mann Jr. was on pit road for an extended period of time. He wasn't involved in the crash. It does not look like he has any damage. Should be getting the 1 to green this time by. Now, folks, don't forget, if you like racing, this is definitely the place to be this week. Had a lot of groups off for Easter last week. Almost everybody is back this week, including tomorrow morning when GT3 NSS takes to the track going road racing. Tomorrow night, we've got NASCAR Cup and Xfinity BRRs on track at 7:30 Eastern, followed immediately by the SMR X Series, which has just been an amazing series all season long. Average car count of 33 cars in the field every week. Paul Jr. and Jason Yinman out front. Todd McDuffie and Ambrose Nebel in the second row. Garrett Caswell, Garrett Hummel have the third row. Nick Seipel, AJ Patton on the 4th row, Randy Sample, and Doug Camp round out the top 10 as we get ready to go back green flag racing. And it is a bit early in the night for it, but why the heck not? What do you say we get a little loud on the restart? When the green flag drops, I'm going to stop talking, let you guys crank it up. Hear what 30 high horsepower trucks sound like going around the track. Here they come. And the green flag flies at Talladega. Crank it up, y'all. And that did not last long. A lot of trucks caught up in this as the caution comes out. A few drivers look like they have towed back to pit road. Our second caution of the night, it does appear to not be the big one, but let's take a look. Here they are coming toward the restart. Oh, a bump on the restart. Right there in the restart zone checks a lot of people up. Let's take a look from the blip. Looked like somebody just got squirrely on the restart. Some of the drivers checked up. Others didn't have enough time. Looks like Gabriel Griffin, Jason Dents both involved. Joshua McKaylee went down to the apron and avoided it, as did Gary Freeman, Garrett Hummel, Randy Sample, Mike Hill, Nathaniel Dents, Ambrose Nibble, all involved, as well as Todd McDuffie and Jason Dents ended up towing it into pit road, as did McDuffie. And a lot of the field is on pit road once again. Jacob Yeaman and AJ Patton stay out. Ambrose Neville has not been to pit road yet either. Still quite a few trucks on pit road. Looks like mostly the guys involved. And it looks like a lot of drivers doing manual repairs, since the pace laps here at Talladega take a while, rather than use up their fast repair early. They can get some of the repairs done now. Stevens, it definitely was. Tell you what, though, we will give the Crank It Up one more shot on the restart. Remember, tonight's charity race is proudly supporting the Autistic Self-Advocacy Network, empowering autistic voices and promoting true acceptance. I did quite a bit of research prior to the race, and man, a great group doing a lot of great things. Make sure you take a moment, check them out. Stevens, you got your hands full spotting for 3 different trucks tonight, but good luck. And yeah, it was a little bit of an odd one. Although after some of the incidents I've seen over the last week and a half broadcasting super speedway races, not much surprises me anymore. Although I will say this, I've been broadcasting for almost 5 years now, and every time I think and I say nothing could surprise me, something suddenly pops up that does. Well, Stevens, I know if they're all in Discord together, that is easier, but man, 3 different trucks is still going to keep you busy. All right, here we go. Pace truck is dropping in. And as I said, once the green flag drops, I'm going to shut up and let you guys crank it up. Listen to all the power. Here we go through the tri-oval. They hit the restart zone. Green flag is in the air. Crank it up, y'all. Oh, caution is back out. Looked like a truck tried to catch some air. Jacob Yanman involved as well as James Harris. Jacob has towed it to pit road. Let's see. Taking a look here. Jacob up toward the front. Oh! Look like Harris. Something went wrong with him. Taking a look down from the blimp. There's Harris trying to come up the middle. Oh, the truck on the outside bounces off the wall, collects Harris. Sends him down across Jacob's nose. Might be a good idea to not try the crank it up again. Apparently it's jinxing everything. And folks, don't forget to check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and YouTube. Tonight's race will be on YouTube shortly after the event. And we'll start working on the highlights and a bunch of YouTube shorts from tonight's event. I expect a lot of YouTube shorts coming out tomorrow. If you need some entertainment or a laugh at work, highly recommend checking out our YouTube channel. We release roughly 10 YouTube shorts every day, and all of it's funny. Drivers coming back off pit road. Remember, drivers were saying 33 to 35 laps on a tank of fuel. Everybody from 15th on back has just topped off. So everybody that's currently in 15th on back can go the rest of the way on fuel. AJ Patton stayed out to take the lead. Harley Barletta in second. Jessica Childs up in third. Her husband Eli all the way back in 21st. He's dropping back. Looks like he did just come out of pit road. Everybody trying to get lined back up. Should be getting the 1 to green this time by. Got one truck that looks like he just barely beat the pace car out. He was definitely cutting it close there, but a lot of these drivers so far tonight have managed to get repairs. Looks like it was Gabriel Griffin who beat the pace truck out. A lot of these guys having the team do manual repairs in the early going, saving that fast repair for the big one. There was a prediction, lap 20, we would see the big one. We're getting pretty close to that. Surprisingly, in a 50-lap race, we have seen 3 wide and a lot of gutsy moves. Early on, a bit of a surprise, but definitely makes for an exciting show. Biggest mover so far, Gary Freeman up 16 spots into 7th. Jacob Watson up 11 spots into 4th. And William Mann Jr. up 12 spots into 16th. And here we go. Pace truck is in. Into the restart zone, and the green flag flies. They are back underway. Remember, it does take them about a lap and a half to get these trucks up to full speed. But as they come up through the gears, it's a great opportunity. If you can find a gap and get the momentum, you can make a lot of moves early on. Looks like a few drivers toward the back, a little bit slow on the restart. I'm really surprised we have not seen a group hang back yet to try and avoid the big one, but you never know. That might be some strategy some of these guys are using because they're already back 3 wide. Jacob Yenman just went back to pit road. He's definitely having a rough night tonight. Wow. Doug Camp made a gutsy move from the high line. Oh, we've got a wreck behind in the middle of the pack. Trucks are airborne in a bunch. Down on the apron, and the caution is out. And sheet metal is going everywhere. Looks like Mike Miller, Garrett Caswell, Gary Freeman, Garrett Hummel, Todd McDuffie, and Robin Stevens all involved. Taking a look from back, looking from the blip, mid-pack. Oh, one driver got a little out of the groove, tried to come back up into that bottom line. There's Freeman. Wow, whoa! Few drivers had very close calls. Taking another look, you'll see one driver goes down. The gap he was in closed up. He comes back up. Hummel gets hit several times in that exchange. Robin Stevens in the 31 also caught up. She was right in the middle with nowhere to go. Looks like minimal damage though. And she does keep it off the wall. And the vast majority of the field is on pit road. Remember, they are guaranteed they can go the distance from here on fuel. All right, I just got an update from one of the drivers. Let's ride along with James Harris as the chaos pops off ahead. Whoa! Oh my goodness, the water's just parked, and Harris, wow, he picked up a lot of ground on that. They're still spinning and he still avoids it. Great save by James Harris. Hopefully he didn't use up all of his luck on that one, man. Actually, it's the second time this week I've seen a driver just drive through all the chaos. I am never that lucky. If I tried it, I'd get hit from every side and probably have a truck land on me. Worth noting that we do have a lot of the leagues we broadcast here are recruiting for more drivers, including we have a group on Tuesday night, 55 and older. So if you're that age and you're interested in a group that's a little bit more laid back, come and join them. They stack back up with Doug Camp and Jacob Watson on the front row. Chase Heggie and James Harris on the second row. Eli Childs and Ambrose Nebel on the third row. Jessica Childs and Harley Barlett on the fourth row. Paul Jr. and A.J. Patton round out the top 10. Worth noting, Ambrose now up 23 spots into 6th. Eli up 23 spots into 4th. Jacob Watson up 13 spots into 2nd. And Paul Jr. up 12 spots into 9th. All right, folks, I'm thinking we're going to try and crank it up one more time, but if everything goes wrong, when we do, we're not trying it again. So when the green flag drops, I'm going to shut up and let you guys crank it up. Pace truck heads in. Barney the flagman stands ready. And here we go into the restart zone. Green flag is back in the air. Crank it up one more time. That's definitely going down as one of our top 5 crank it ups. We might even make a short of that one. Folks, thank you guys so much for being here. Reed, thank you so much for the raid. How are you tonight? Jacob Watson, Harley Barletta side by side for the lead. And I gotta give Jacob a shout out for driving that MS Society paint scheme. Thank you, buddy. Doing okay, Reap. Always fun broadcasting these charity events. 2 wide at the front, but they're already 3 wide back behind. It looks like somebody's thinking about trying to take it up the middle, that outside line, starting to push. even bumping through the turn. And they're trying to get 3 wide at the front. Things got a little tight. Coming into 3 and 4, 3 wide at the front. It is a drag race out of turn 4. Somebody needs to tell them they're only halfway. Settle it down, fellas and ladies. Doug Camp leads it at the line. He's working his way back to the bottom. William Mann Jr. at the back of the pack for a moment, at the back of that lead group, riding along on board with Joshua McKaylee. William Mann Jr., James Harris just ahead. You see how much these trucks are moving around. It's not only the bumpy track, it's the air moving around the truck that pushes it around. And you get a run, you gotta go for it. As Joshua almost got a run up the middle that time, now gets in, hopping up to the third lane for the moment. And remember, all this happening at 190 plus miles an hour. Garrett Hummel went to pit road. Back to 2 wide at the front for the moment. Harley Barletta has the nose ahead. But here comes Rick Seipel back on the bottom. The pole sitter now back up front. We've got a truck blinking in the middle of the pack. That third lane starting to come together. Kevin Frey leading that outside line. James Harris right on his bumper. Harley Barletta jumping to the high side to help that high line, but lost some momentum and stopped that third line's momentum for a moment. Nick Seipel leading, and we've got lap traffic coming ahead. This could get a bit sketchy. The lap car drops to the apron. That was a good thing. If they tried to make it past the lap car 3 wide, it would not have ended well. Oh, we've got trucks around. Caution is back out. Robin Stevens caught a piece. Jessica Childs, Mike Hill, James Harris. All of them caught up in this one. Jess Childs there in the middle. Oh, the blinking truck just neck-coated into Jess and sent her for a ride. Taking a look down from the blimp, watch the car on the truck on the bottom. He disappears. And as soon as he does, he neck codes into her. She goes up and collects several more. Ouch. You know, there is a bit of a saying when it comes to netcode. Netcode giveth, and netcode definitely taketh away. It took away a lot that time. The leader is in. Looks like we're going to see a lot of the field in that hadn't previously pitted. Checking the numbers here, and it looks like everybody who had not pitted since about lap 10 has ducked in. And obviously everybody involved in that incident on pit road as well. Gabriel Griffin, who was the lap truck that got out of the way, is getting waved back around. Jess Childs has had a problem. Oh, looks like the truck just lost grip for a moment. She gets the outside wall, keeps it off the inside wall. She'll limp it to pit road and get it fixed again. I have to wonder if she had done manual repairs on the truck on pit road and the steering was just not 100% as she came up to speed. In case you missed it earlier, we will have this race on YouTube later tonight, and we'll have YouTube shorts coming out tomorrow from this event. There's always a lot of great YouTube shorts on our YouTube channel. Have a laugh, see some chaos. Go check us out. Looks like the leader, Garrett Caswell, is blinking as well. You may be wondering why that's important. A couple of different reasons. The obvious reason, if you can't see a truck, then what just happened to Jess could happen to you. Plus, if the truck is blinking, the predictive code can't determine where it's supposed to be. And again, the situation like we just saw with Jess, truck disappears, reappears right in her corner panel, sending her around. The other issue is if the truck is not visible on track, then the code is not reading it and the physics are not reading it. And if you're in the draft behind that truck, you just lost the drafting help. Everybody stacks back up for the restart. Paul Jr., Garrett Caswell in the front row. Harley Barletta, Eli Childs on the second row. At the moment, Eli Childs up 23 spots into fourth. Kevin Frey, A.J. Patton on the third row. William Mann Jr., Ambrose Nebel on the fourth row. Nick Seipel and Doug Camp round out the top 10 as the pace truck heads to pit road. Here they come through the tri-oval back toward the restart zone. Green flag is back in the air. Still 24 trucks on the lead lap. Oh, we've got a problem. The caution is out. Looks like Sam Green involved. Looked like there might have been a little bit of accordion on the restart. Let's take a gander and see what happened. Oh, looks like Green came up the track, got into William Mann Jr. Oh, no, William Mann Jr. got checked up, came down, him and Green meet in the middle. One more look at this one from the blimp. Junior had to get on the brakes just a little bit not to hit the truck ahead. Fortunately, everybody else able to react in time. Let's see. While we've got a caution, it does not look like he's coming to pit road. See if we can get a word with our race organizer, JD Harris. Hey, JD, it's Doug in the booth. You got me?
Hey, Doug.
Hey, first off, great driving through all the chaos on lap 20.
Yeah, I told you that was kind of a nutty view to watch.
It definitely was. Have you added some Lucky Charms to your sim rig?
I got about 3 or 4 golden horseshoes hanging on my dashboard right now.
It's paying off, man. It's definitely been an eventful race so far. How's things going out on track?
Pretty fun. We started off pretty good. We had 7 green flag laps to start. Then it's been kind of hit or miss since then. But as far as my race goes, we messed up qualifying, so I started in the back. And then got in that one wreck, but we're fixed. We're up in P13, and we're going to get up there and shake her up a little bit here in a minute.
I have to ask the obvious question. How much money did this event raise for the ASAN?
I believe right now we're sitting at about $340.
Definitely an awesome night. Definitely an awesome cause, man. Everybody appreciates you putting it on.
I appreciate it. I appreciate all the guys joining to do this charity race. I appreciate you broadcasting it for us. There's nobody as good as you in the business, and we're going to do this again in October. So looking forward to that one as well.
Me too, man. Good luck.
Thanks, Doug.
JD Harrison, I just saw a truck. I believe it was Seipel. Yeah, it was Nick. I've heard of making sure you're on the inside line, but I think Nick went a little bit extreme with this. I have no idea but what that was about, but let's back up just a hair. Okay, there's Seipel. He drops down to the apron. I thought he might have gotten bumped or something. No, he just decided to mow the grass. Apparently, he wanted to help out the track crew. I'm sure they appreciate the extra help with the lawn. And yep, there we go. It goes even further left. That's just warming up and cleaning the tires. That's what that is. But then he got grass clippings on him. Everybody is stacked back up, ready to go. Gabriel Griffin heads back out. And looks like after the last couple of cautions, we've got 25 trucks back on the lead lap. Mike Hill, 1 lap down. Todd McDuffie looks like about 3 laps down. Garrett Hummel a little bit further. Jason Dent sits on pit road, and it looks like Matt Swope out of the race early. Pace truck dives in. And here they come through the restart zone. Green flag flies once again. 13 to go at the line. Already truck headed to the high side, going 3 wide into turn 1. Whoa! Looks like J.D. Harris moved down the line, looked to the 3rd lane, dropped back down. And look at the move by Barletta as he comes through. Paul Jr. pulls up into the 2nd line now with the push from Harley. He goes to the lead. "12 laps to go here at Talladega," and we mention it all the time, but there's a lot of tracks out there, short tracks and some of the medium-sized tracks that are very physically demanding to the drivers, but Talladega, Daytona, no, we've got one in the wall. No now the caution flies. Joshua McKaylee involved in that one. Looks like Jacob Yenman gets in it as well. That could have been a heck of a lot worse situation. Great job by everybody involved with that one. Looking at the 76 of Joshua McKaylee down there on the bottom. There you see the stack up ahead. Jessica Childs gets a piece of it. Looks like Robin may have caught a little bit of it as well. Look up toward the front. See if we can see who ended up in the wall. It's the 05. He ends up in the wall, and they were 3 wide, briefly 4 wide, causing the checkup back behind. Unfortunately, the majority of the field makes it through unscathed. As we were talking about a minute ago, this track definitely not physically demanding, but it is mentally demanding. You're playing 3D chess at almost 200 miles an hour. It's also worth noting that chess game is about to kick up. As they will have less than 10 to go on the restart. That was AJ Patton that got into the wall, got the bad bump. He is now back in 22nd. A guy who's been up at the front most of the night. This will be his first charge through the field tonight. And with less than 10 laps to go, everybody here is going to be driving in their mirror as well as out the front window. Pace truck dives to pit road. And things about to heat up here at Talladega. And here we go. Green flag is back in the air. It'll be 9 to go. And holy cow, we had somebody go right immediately. It's J.D. Harris. There's a problem back behind. 2 trucks spinning through the infield, including William Mann Jr., no caution. Let's take a quick look and see what happened with William. William on that outside line. He has not had any luck on restarts. Oh, he gets on the brakes just a little bit. And looks like they just accordion. William goes to the high side. Looked like he missed a shift. And several trucks, whoa! Several trucks get a piece. Nick Seipel leads on the high line. Things are getting spicy. That middle line starting to move ahead. Robin Stevens now in second. Robin drops to the bottom. And we're going to have a caution. Wow. Looks like Kevin Frey, Mike Miller, and Eli Childs involved in this one. let's check the replay to see what happened. Taking a look at the 82 of Kevin Frey. Looks like everybody just tried to occupy the same space. Frey goes up, almost gets the fence. Looking down from the blimp, you see a couple of trucks coming down as one comes up, all that bumping, and wow, Frey got some airtime on that. Eli Childs, Kevin Frey, and Chase Heggie all towed it to pit road. Paul Jr. and Scott Thompson also giving up top 10 spots to come in. Nick Seipel and Robin Stevens on the front row. Robin was moving to the lead when that caution came out. You definitely, though, do not want to be at the front in those final laps. Second or third is the place to be. Lights are out. We're going to go green with 5 to go. Hey, thank you, Tater. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow. We've got a lot more racing to come. Here we go. Pace car dives to pit road. Into the restart zone they go. Green flag is in the air. 5 laps to go at Talladega. We've seen some decent sized wrecks, but nothing I'd call the big one yet. Will it be a last lap event here tonight? Everybody coming up to speed. Raman dropped down to the inside. She sits third in line. Definitely in the perfect spot at the moment. Nick Seipel still out front. Harley Barletta leads the outside line, but not much help. They're not making up much ground here. That inside line definitely bump drafting like crazy. We've got a truck spinning on the front stretch. Caution is out. Nathaniel Dent's involved in this one. Great job by the entire field avoiding him. Take a look at this one from the blimp. There's Dents about fourth in line. Remember, we mentioned they were bump drafting a lot. Dents goes to the high side. Oh, Harley just moves at the wrong time. And look how close that was. What a close call. Dents did not pick up any damage, I don't believe. He'll be okay. And folks, it looks like we're going to a green-white checkered. Hey, good evening, Jake. It depends. A lot of charity events, because the drivers aren't used to each other, things get a little bit nutty. And not to mention being inches apart all night long, things can go wrong very quickly here. As we have seen, lights are out on the pace truck. Everybody stacks up for the restart. Everybody stacked up and ready to go. Nick Seipel and Garrett Caswell in the front row. Harley Barletta, Robin Stevens on the second. Doug Camp and Gary Freeman on the third row. Sam Green, James Harris, Jacob Watson, and Gabriel Griffin round out the top 10. Gabriel Griffin, not that long ago, was a lap down, now back up into the top 10. And a great job by every driver tonight contributing to the Autistic Self-Advocacy Network. Great job by everybody. James Harris putting it together, and great job to everybody who participated. And don't forget to check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and YouTube as we continue our year-long fundraiser and start doing some giveaways for the MS Society and the American Cancer Society as green flag back in the air. Nick Seipel quickly shot out front, drops to the bottom. 2 laps to go at Talladega. Harley Barletta, no help on the high side. James Harris peeks out. Him and Harley get hooked up on the backstretch. You can see everybody on that inside line peeking, but waiting till just the right moment to make their move. Nick Seipel cannot be happy. He is having to mirror drive from here. And here we go. White flag is in the air one more time around. Talladega. Who's it gonna be? Gabriel Griffin now up into 6th. Sam Green, who's had every problem tonight, now in 5th. As Doug Camp looks to the high side, he turns Robin. Robin is upside down on the backstretch. Nick Seipel still has the lead with Caswell on his bumper. The outside line is forming and coming. There's a wreck. It's going to be close, but who's it going to be? A big bump, a big draft, and Garrett Caswell gets the win. Nick Seipel holds on for 2nd. Harley Barletta comes home in 3rd. Hey, good evening, Jeff. How are you? A lot of last lap chaos. Let's take a quick look before we talk to our top 3. First, let's take a look at the incident with Robin Stevens. The truck behind moves out and looks like he may have just barely tapped her. And then the chaos as everybody tries to get by. Then looking to see what happened as they come through 3 and 4. James Harris hops up to the high side with Jess Childs. But no more help than the 2 of them. There's a bad bump ahead. Trucks go flying. And last lap chaos at Talladega. And some pretty hard hits, I might add. All right, let's see if we can get a word with our top 3. Starting with Mr. Harley Barletta. Harley, that was a wild one, but you're up front all night, buddy.
Yeah, man, that was a lot of fun. I don't know what's going on in the back. There's some things. I don't know. Some people missed some shifts and stuff, but otherwise, like the racing while we were green was really good.
Yeah, it definitely had the bumps along the way, but man, you guys were putting on a heck of a show. I was surprised by how early folks were going 3 wide.
Oh, dude, we're out there doing it for Dale, man. We go full send. You already know this.
Oh, this is true, buddy. A great run. Always good to see you on track, man. Great job tonight.
Much appreciated, homie. Y'all have a good night.
Nick Seipel comes home in 2nd. Nick, I have to ask, how bad did you not want to restart up front? Hey, Nick, it's Doug in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir, I do.
How bad did you not want that restart out front?
I don't know, man. It was whatever, but me and Garrett were working together. I thought we had a good shot at it, and we got 1-2, so that's pretty good.
It definitely is. You guys survived till the end. You were up front, but I do have to ask the obvious question. There was a point in the race, under caution, where you ended up driving a lap of the track in the grass.
Yeah, I think I think some of the crew missed a spot down there and mowing it, so I was just getting it for him.
Well, I know the crew will definitely appreciate it. And man, great job tonight. One heck of a run.
Thank you.
And finally, our winner has joined us, Garrett Caswell. Garrett, man, that was one heck of a run and a great last lap pass.
Yeah, it was fun.
You guys definitely were enjoying yourself. Nick said you guys were working together. At what point did you say you weren't helping anymore?
No, we're teammates. We're both in GCCR Motorsports, me being the owner, and I hold my guys to the standard where just help each other out, but at the end of the day, race your race. I ain't gonna make you throw a win or whatnot just because someone needs points or whatnot, but this was just a blast for a good cause and just a overall fun race. It was fantastic to take away a win, especially.
You definitely got it done, and you got it done on the last lap, man. That was one heck of a move coming out of turn 4 and a great run to the front. You had a wild night. You were front to back a couple of times tonight.
Yeah. We definitely had a interesting go at things, so that's for sure.
Well, man, you managed to get it done when it counted. A great job tonight, buddy. Congrats.
Thank you.
Garrett Caswell gets the win as they raised almost $350 for the ASAN charity. What a great night. Folks, don't forget to check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and YouTube. More fundraisers coming and giveaways as well. Don't forget to check out our YouTube channel. We'll have the race and a bunch of shorts there later tonight. Thank you guys so much for being here. Hope y'all had as much fun as we did. Have a great night, everybody.